Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I make chole bhature. Chole bhature is Indian classic dish. It's one of the most loved meals in India, so let's get started. To make this recipe, we need to make a dough, a very nice and soft dough for the flat spread that we're going to deep fry it. For this, you need 2 cups of self-raising flour. Then I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of semolina flour. Then you will need half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then I'm adding 4 tablespoons of oil. You can use any oil you prefer. And using the same tablespoon, I added 4 tablespoons of plain yogurt. And then 1 teaspoon of salt with 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now using your hands, you need to mix all the wet and dry ingredients properly before we make it into a dough. We need to knead it into a soft dough after we have mixed these ingredients properly. Don't forget to wash your hands before mixing it. Now as you can see, all the ingredients are mixed properly. Using a normal room temperature water, adding little bit at a time, knead it into a soft dough. After you got the soft dough, you need to let it rest for at least 15 to 20 minutes and then we will knead it again. After 20 minutes, we'll knead it like this with our fist and then let it rest overnight. We need to leave it overnight so that all the ingredients that we have added into this dough to be activated and work for the puris that you're gonna make. Before leaving it overnight, we need to make sure that the dough has a lot of moisture in it and it's not dried. So check that you have lots of moistured dough. It's not like a dry roti dough, so it has to have a moisture in it. That's why I'm sprinkling a little bit of water, kneading it so that all the moisture is trapped in, and then we're going to cling film it, cover it with the plastic and put it in the oven. I used oven because it's quite cold today and I can't leave it outside, so we need to keep it nice and warm. So I have switched on oven for about 10 minutes and then let it cool down a little bit before we put the dough in the oven. Make sure the oven is switched off and slightly cooled down before you place the dough in the oven. I have wrapped the dough in towel so that it stays warm. On the other side, we'll make the chickpea curry, which is chole. And to make this chickpea curry, you do need instant pot or a pressure cooker. Here I'm adding 3 to 4 tablespoons of desi ghee and let it heat. Once the oil is heated, we will add 2 tablespoons of crushed ginger and let it saute for about few minutes. After 2 minutes of sauteing ginger, we will add garlic minced. I'm again adding roughly about 2 spoons. Then add chopped onions. I've used 2 medium-sized onions here. I'll cook them until they're soft and slightly brown. Then I'm going to add chopped tomatoes. I've used about more than half a can here. Then the next ingredient is green chilies to spice it up a little bit. This is again according to your own taste. For spices, I'm going to take a non-stick pan or tawa and I'm going to roast these spices before I add them to my gravy. Here I've got 2 dried red chilies and avla. This is avla, dried avla. It's also called Indian gooseberry. 1.5 teaspoon of cumin seeds, roughly about 3 curry leaves, 1 teaspoon of dried coriander seeds, 4 to 5 cloves, 2 to 3 black cardamom. Dry roast these spices, and once they turn their color to slightly brownish, they are fragrant, turn off the flame and transfer them into a plate so they don't burn out due to the hot pan. Now I'm taking the same pan or skillet and I'm going to roast the powdered spices. For this I'm taking 2 teaspoons of chana masala, or you can use hot curry powder, and 2 teaspoons of garam masala and coriander powder. On the other side, all the mixture is cooked, all the tomatoes are cooked, the oil has left to its sides. Now we'll add all the spices to this. First we will add turmeric powder straight to the mixture, so it's cooked on oil. It's 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Then add the dry roasted spices from the skillet. And also add all the whole spices that we roasted before. Now add salt to taste, roughly about 2 to 3 teaspoons. And to make this gravy like restaurant style, we will take 2 tea bags with 2 cups of water and boil it properly. 2 to 3 tea bags are sufficient, and then we will add all that boiled tea into this mixture. Here I've got 3 cups of soaked chickpeas that I soaked overnight. Now transfer all this into the cooker and then add the tea as well. Now we need to let it cook in instant pot for about 40 to 50 minutes because chickpeas were soaked overnight. It'll take roughly about 50 minutes to get soft. If you have not soaked them overnight, it'll take you a lot longer than this. Now you can see after 40 to 50 minutes my chickpeas are perfectly cooked. All the spices on the top, that the whole spices, you can remove them before mixing. I don't mind keeping them. I'll remove them as I go, but some of them will get mashed in, so there's not an issue. But you can remove all these thick spices, the whole spices, so that they don't ruin your taste. And now it's time to make the flatbreads, the fried flatbreads, also called bhature. To make the puris, dust your finger with flour and take a small amount of dough and roll them into a tennis-sized ball. Now because we are going to deep fry them, I don't like to use flour to dust. I use oil while rolling out the dough into a circle shape. But if you are new to this, flour is an easier option so that the dough doesn't stick to the bottom. Do as I am doing in this video and you'll be fine. I'm also going to show you how I roll out the bhaturas using oil. Make a few balls before you start to fry so that you keep them ready. Now place the frying pan on high flame so that the oil is hot and roll out the balls into flat circle. It doesn't have to be a certain shape, and do not roll out too thin. And then carefully place the puri into the hot oil, and you have to be very careful, don't burn your hand, and the oil has to be hot and use medium to high flame while frying. When one side is golden, gently flip and fry the second side. Now drain them on kitchen paper towel to remove the excess oil. So the bhaturas are ready and the chickpea curry is ready as well. I'm going to flavor the chickpea curry slightly more by adding dried fenugreek leaves. Now mix and serve hot and enjoy this delicious Indian chole bhature, and serve it with some sliced onion, some pickle and green chilies. These actually turned out really tasty and exactly like restaurants or dhaba style. I know it have a few extra steps to cook, but it's all worth it. I hope you like this video. Do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out any of my future videos. I normally make home remedies, DIY beauty and food recipe videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.